It's not the United on Earth. It's not the United States. Comments and subscribe. The Air Force ranking is next, and there's an upset in the top three. Next, and there's an upset in the top three. It's at roughly 5,000 to 6,000 Abrams tanks, verify. But here's the twist. Most sit in storage, ready to activate. Number 3, the United States at roughly 5,000 to 6,000 Abrams tanks, verify. 1,000 to 6,000 Abrams tanks. Tanks. By. But an Abrams tanks, verify. 6,000 Abrams tanks. But here's the twist. Most sit in storage. 1,000 Abrams tanks. Abrams tanks. But here's the twist. Most sit in storage. Rank. In modern war, whoever controls the sky controls everything under it. But here's what most people get wrong. The country at number one doesn't just have the largest air force in the world, it has the second largest one too. Stay with me. That will make sense in 3 minutes. Number 10, Italy, flying F-35s and Eurofighters. Number 1 doesn't just have the largest air force in the world, it has the second largest one too. Stay with me. That will make sense in 3 minutes. Modern war, whoever controls the sky controls everything under it. But here's what most people get wrong. The country at number one doesn't just have the largest air force in the world, it has the second largest one too. Stay with me. That will make sense in 3 minutes. In modern war, whoever controls the sky controls everything under it. But here's what most people get wrong. The country at number one doesn't just have the largest air force in the world, wrong. The country at number one doesn't just have the largest air force in the world, it has the second. Country at number one doesn't just have the largest air force in the world. The country at number one doesn't just have the largest air force in the world, it has the second. The second largest one too. Stay with me. The second largest one too. Stay with me. That will make sense in 3 minutes. Stay with me. That will make sense in 3 minutes. Number 10, Italy. 3 minutes. Number Number 10, Italy. The UK. Eurofighters. Number 9. 10, Italy, flying F-35s and Eurofighters. Number 9, Pakistan, with JF-17S and Number 9, Number 9, 35s and Eurofighters. Number 9, Pakistan. Number 9, Pakistan, with JF-17S and F-6 Italy flying number 9, Pakistan. Number 9, Pakistan, with JFs. Number number F-16S. Locked in a permanent standoff with its neighbor. Number 8, the UK. Number 8, the UK, small but elite.
To people outside, on a weekday. The weather's nice. We're in Marietta. Atlanta, right by it. I just want to thank everybody. Those are places. Everybody, those are places. We had a tremendous victory. There's a big, beautiful victory won by a lot. Some great candidates running. They got to win by a lot. They got to win by a lot. Otherwise, we're going communist. I don't think anybody wants that. We're not going to. But I'm thrilled to be back. Georgia, with thousands of proud, hardworking American patriots. That's what you are. And with your help in 2024, we earned more votes than any candidate in Georgia history. Never been anything like that. And when I say that, I have to be careful. They will correct me. They will say he said he earned more. If I didn't earn short, they would say he's lying. Sick individuals. They're the fake news. But I have to be careful. No, we weren't. We had more votes than any candidate in the history of this great state, and I'm very proud. I love Georgia. I've always loved it. And every day since I've been fighting for the people of Georgia like no president has ever fought before. We're going to keep it well. We're going to keep it that way. And 18 months ago, you were in trouble. Was in trouble. Frankly, it was a catastrophe. What was Sleepy Joe Biden and the radical left Democrats created the worst inflation in 48 years. Was it the worst inflation in 48? Now Scott doesn't have credibility. Nobody does. Okay. He said it's the word, and it was. Actually, I think it was beyond 48 years. 48 years is good enough. Wide open borders, with millions of people, even from the world's worst prisons from all over the world. They were pouring into all over the globe. They came prisons, gang members, drug dealers, child predators, 11,888 murderers, many of whom committed more than 50%, or more than 50% committed more than one. We had transgender for everybody, men and women's sports, ravaging through our cities. And the whole world was laughing at us. We were a joke all over the world, but not anymore. They're not laughing. Right, Jackson? They're not laughing anymore, Jackson. Gonna be your next governor, right? 2 years ago. 2 years ago, our country was dead. Our country was
And now
dead.
we're the hottest country.
And now we're the hottest country anywhere in the world, respected by everybody all over the world. The hottest. And we're respected. And we're respected.
I say we respected maybe like never before.
Maybe like never
When I took
before.
office, we inherited the worst border.
We inherited the worst
in
border
U.S. history. It was
in
an
U.S.
open
history.
wound.
It was an open wound. It was an open sieve. We quickly turned it into the most secure border within 2 months. Within 2 months. And numbers were just released by the Democrats.
seven.
By the Democrats. In the past 14 months,
record of
a
zero illegal aliens
zero
have been
illegal
admitted
aliens
into
have
the
been
United
admitted into the United States. And now our crime numbers are among the lowest. It's plummeting down. It's plummeting down.
Nobody's ever seen anything like it.
Nobody's ever seen anything like it.
Nationwide crime
numbers that we've had in many decades. Last year we achieved the largest drop in the murder rate ever recorded. To the lowest level in 125 years. 1900. That's before my father was born. Before my father was born, from the year 1900, murder rate, and that's despite the fact that millions of people poured into our country. In many cases, very dangerous. We cut the flow of fentanyl across our border by 7%.
Number 6, Japan, which is the largest F-35 ratings in the planet.
And drugs coming in by ocean, sea, by water. 97%. We're trying to figure out who because they are among the bravest people anywhere. You've seen that. They are the bravest people in history. I believe. We're making the largest ever investment in the United States Armed Forces. We've got the strongest and most powerful world by far. There's nobody close. And I built it during my first term. I built our military.
And as you know, they stupidly gave
a lot of it away, but it was a lot, but it was small compared to what we
They gave a lot of it away.
They gave a lot of it away to the Taliban.
Afghanistan, they gave it away.
We're leaving. Let's leave machines behind. Let's leave airplanes behind. I said to them, you just fly it out and we'll take it back, or we can even fly it back to the United States. Sir, I think it's cheaper to leave it.
Top-tier fighter
Brand new
from scratch.
planes. It was so sad. I saw what was happening.
What a largest
disgusting thing took place.
We then, as you know, won Venezuela, which is now working with us.
Millions and millions of barrels. We're getting along great with that. One day. And we've already paid for that operation many times.
Tremendous amounts of oil, and they're taking tremendous amounts of oil.
It's a partnership.
They're doing a great job. We're working together.
Millions of barrels of oil is going to use Louisiana coming to you indirectly after refining it there. They're refining it. Millions and millions of barrels of oil.
Also, Venezuela is doing better than they've ever done.
Companies are going in, signing up. We're signing
Chris
up.
Wright working on Doug Burgum.
Scott working on
incredible actually.
It's got serious oil. If you combine us and Venezuela, we have about 62% of the world market. So we don't need straits. We don't need anything. We don't need the Hormuz Strait. We don't need the Hormuz Strait, but we do it because we cannot let Iran have a nuclear weapon. It's very simple. So we're likewise winning in the Islamic Republic, ensuring that they will never be able to do to us what they've done to so many. 52,000 plus protesters, people that were protesting, 52,000 over the last 4 months. Nobody wants to talk about the fake news back then. Never mentions that. And I just left Dover Air Force Base, incredible place, but oftentimes very sad because they bring
They bring
bodies of our great
heroes,
patriots, warriors. They bring them back to Dover.
They
bring them back to Dover.
And number 7.
And there many times before. This was very secular, something very sad. I attended the dignified transfer ceremony. Four great U.S. service members killed in the conflict with Iran. They returned to American soil. At Dover. One of the families happened to be Georgia, beautiful family, husband, brother-in-law. And I said, I'm going to Georgia too. Where are you going? Where are you going? They lost their beautiful son. We're going to Georgia. I said, so if you want, I'll give you a ride. And they said, wow. So today, I then said they were on Air Force One, and it's quite nice, I must say. And they said, wow. And they said, wow, this is so much. But they're heartbroken. They're heartbroken. They couldn't believe it, and they live very close to here. And they live minutes away. And we're here today, and I said to them, celebrating the memory of their beautiful. This was a beautiful. When I go to Dover, I read on all of the charts on young people. And some are unbelievable. And some are unbelievable. They got a little bit of a couple of little bad things put in. This is a son who was like a flawless person. Beautiful son. Beautiful son. In every way. Respected by everybody. His sheet read so beautifully. And I told them, their beloved son. And his name was Lieutenant Tyler Feehan. And he was a person that was going all the way. He was going to be a general very quickly. He was heading in that path. But I just want to thank Mother Sherry, his father Sherry, his Uncle David, and his great people. I got to know him a little bit on the plane. And standing there watching this sight, which is the largest very tough to be honest with you. I think it's the toughest thing I do. But to Sherry and Stephen and David, we will carry Tyler's memory forever. And I just want to thank you to have you here today.
Here's the twist I promised. The second largest air force in the world is the United States Navy. Then add Army and
Thank you very much. Everybody, your neighborhood. Believes your neighborhood. Can you believe it? See the way they feel. Thank you, Sheriff. Thank you, Sheriff. He's looking down right here. He's He's so proud right now. So together we're making our country safer, more successful. That's happening before your very eyes. That's why I call it the golden age. We're building more plants. We're building more plants than at any time in the history of our country. Not just AI and all of the different things you read about. Auto plants. Things like auto plants. The old-fashioned way. Toyota just announced they're leaving Mexico, and they're coming in. They're going to be building the largest plant anywhere in the world. They're all coming back. They're all leaving Canada. They're all leaving Canada. They're coming in from Germany. They're coming in from Germany and Japan and South Korea. They're coming in from all over. People that have been doing this, people like Scott, others that have been doing this for a long time. They've never seen anything like it. I've never seen anything like it. McGee, you haven't seen anything. He's doing such a great job. In 4 long years, Joe Biden administration, they got less than $1 trillion of new investment. 4 years, much less than $1 trillion.
in less than
2 years, much less than
2 years, much less than 2 years.
At the end of the first year,
but less than the first year, but less than 2 years.
In my administration,
secured more than
$19.2 trillion in new investment from all over the world. So think of that. Think of that.
1 year they did
much less than $1 trillion.
We were losing this country.
And the
I'll tell you.
welfare.
You see all the
welfare. You see all the stuff that's going on.
$100 million. Some guy from the street. $100 million.
It's horrible. The welfare was going through the roof.
The costs were going through the roof.
Disaster.
It was a disaster.
Think of it.
So they did less than $1 trillion.
Less than $1 trillion.
In 1 full year.
In 1 full
in 4
year.
years.
In 4 years.
Think of this.
They did less.
Think
in
of
4
this.
years.
They did
in
less
4
than
years.
$1 trillion.
They did less than $1 trillion.
We did 19.2
in 15 months.
In 15 months.
Think of that.
The pharmaceutical company, we learned that through COVID. We're bringing the pharmaceutical.
But the big pharmaceutical company UCB
is investing $2 billion to build its first ever American plant right here in Gwinnett, Georgia.
Look at the front row Joes. I love the front row Joes. I love these people.
I love these people. I think they're about 200.
I don't know what the hell they do.
I think they make a lot of money.
I think they make a lot of money too. I'm hearing they're very rich.
They follow us. It's a rock concert, right?
You have a good time, right?
You have a good time, right?
They've been with me right from the beginning.
How many have you done so far?
Do you think?
4, 5, 6, 5,
Close to 1,000. It might be.
Close to 1,000.
You think he's getting it?
You think he's getting it?
Well, we love you. Thank you very much.
We love you. Thank you very much.
We love you guys. Thank you.
We have a group from I don't know if they're here.
We have a group from North Carolina.
They follow us.
Women, they follow us.
218, I think.
219.
I always say, what the hell are your husband saying about this?
This is crazy.
Beautiful women. I think they're sort of women. I think they're sort of. I don't know what the hell's going on with that.
But like the front row Joes.
We have a lot of those. We have a lot of those.
They're just great.
They've been with us right from the beginning.
You know why they're with us?
You know why they're with us? Because they love our country.
It's really why they're with us.
It's really why they're with us.
So, Japan
is investing $600 million
and we're cutting edge diamond processing.
Probably read this morning.
In your state, 600 million.
Yamaha Motors is building its brand new U.S. headquarters.
Kennesaw.
And more money invested in the United States than at any time in the history of our country. And Americans are working today more so than ever before. We have more jobs today than we've ever had. And it's not even close. More people are working now than at any time in the history of our country. And the stock market has said, and that's
skirmish we have going on. I call it a skirmish.
This is with this skirmish we have with the Islamic Republic of Iran.
And I call it that.
Let me tell you, they're getting hit so hard.
And they want to make a deal.
But I say they're not ready to make a deal.
Because every time they make a deal, they want to change it.
They're not ready. They'll be ready very soon.
They'll be ready very soon.
And this is despite this.
The stock market
73 all-time highs since the election.
Think of that.
And the typical American's 401k
is up by $34,000,
setting records day after day.
It's up by
numbers that have never been seen before.
Your 401ks, they always say, the stock market's very important.
But I have people coming up to me that have 401ks.
They said, I was a disaster.
My family wouldn't talk to me. They thought I was a total loser.
And now I'm like,
one guy said, I feel like Warren Buffett. No, the markets are right through the roof. And it's a beautiful thing to watch. It's a beautiful thing to watch, frankly. It's brought families together. And I told the story about a policeman in New York City. He said, my wife was really down on me. 401k was a disaster. Was a moving disaster. You get elected and it's... She thinks I'm the most brilliant financial mind in the world. She loves me much more than she did. She's close, but you should never love for that reason. Remember that, please. And while the stock market is skyrocketing way up, inflation is coming way down. We're coming way down. And last week, it was announced that inflation dropped by the largest amount in more than 6 years. We're doing it right. We're running the country properly. And they tried to blame high prices on me. So high prices on me. When I inherited this thing, January 20th, we had the highest inflation. Many years, 48 years, I say maybe ever. This is what I inherited. I had nothing to do with it. I walk into office, I have a press conference first or second day. And they're screaming at me, what are you going to do about high prices? What are you going to do about high prices? Right? What are you going to do? I said, what are you going to do? I said, I just got here. What are we talking about? Eggs have gone up 4 times. I said, I just got here. Give me a break. They did. They hit me with the eggs. You remember that? Kelly, you remember I got hit with the eggs. First press conference. Nice friendly press conference. You know they treat me so nicely. What are you going to do about the prices? They said they used the word first time I heard it. Made up by the Democrats. Affordability. They said affordability. I said I've been here one day. Don't worry, I'll take care of it. And we're taking care of it. We're taking good care of it. They had the highest prices. They had the highest prices with the eggs. We have an Easter egg hunt like a few. And they said, don't order eggs. They're so expensive. Use plastic eggs. They wanted me to give the kids. I said, no, we're going to get it done. We did a great job. Our Secretary of Agriculture did a great job. The price now of eggs is lower than it was when we started, right? And many other things. And oil will be coming. It was 3 weeks ago. We had a deal. I said, I don't think we have a deal with these guys. They break every deal they make. But people thought the geniuses on Wall Street, they came down really down. They came down really down. And it goes back up a little bit. But it's going to come down. But it's going to come down. Lower than when we even started. I always say, I said to the farmers, give me a little time. Look how we're doing with what's going on with the farms. What's going on with the farms. This country is rocking and rolling. So every day we're fighting to put more money back in the pockets of the hardworking families and American families. That's why with the incredible Republican majorities in Congress, we've done so much. I proudly sign the great big beautiful bill delivering the largest tax cuts in American history. Largest in American history. And we did big ones. And we had the best economy in history. And a lot of people don't, because we had a COVID period. We did a great job with it. We did Operation Warp. We did Operation Warp. And I'll tell you, we did a great job. We got credit for everything. And we had the best economy. This economy is ready to blow everything away. There's never been anything like what's happening in the United States of America right now. So I just want you to remember that if you're paying a little bit more, a lot of it's come down now. Rapidly, actually. Look at the number just released. But it really would, we inherited something from we're giving it back to you, thousands and thousands. Each family, we gave it to you also. Forgetting about prices, and I don't want to forget about it. I would never leave a sentence. He said, forget about prices. He said, despite anything you see, we gave you no tax on tips, no tax on Social Security for our great seniors. We gave you something that nobody ever thought of. This was my idea. I said,
people a deduction if
give
they buy a
people a
car.
deduction
Only
if they
that's
buy
made
a
in
car.
America.
Only
Give
that's
them a
made in
deduction. They
America.
go out
Give them a
borrow money.
deduction.
They go out
They're
borrow money.
allowed to get a deduction.
Allowed to get a deduction.
But this past filing season,
130,000
right here in Georgia,
workers right here in Georgia saved an average of $7,000 on their taxes.
And that's because of no tax on tips. You know, we're building a tremendous military facility at the White House. It's a ballroom, but it's also a big military facility. A drone port on top. Tremendous things underneath. They've been working hard. A lot of overtime. They work till 11 o'clock in the evening. 11 o'clock every evening. 11. They get there 6 o'clock in the morning. They get there 6 o'clock in the morning. They're really working. The other day I went over to them. Gathered together, and I had hundreds of workers. Very big. It is beautiful. It's going to be incredible. Beautiful. It's going to be an incredible project. It's an incredible project. It's a contribution to the United States of America. Very wealthy people. Very wealthy. Companies. This country. But what happened is, I said, Sunday, and they were working on a Sunday. Maybe they shouldn't. Maybe they should be in church. I don't know. I'll get them in trouble. But they were working on Sunday. Remember this? No tax on overtime. All the overtime they're making. And they gave me a big cheer. No tax on overtime. As an example, 700,000 saved an average of over $3,000. No tax on overtime. No tax on overtime. 500,000 seniors paid $0 on their Social Security benefits. Thanks to no tax on Social Security. But perhaps most consequential of all is the provision that the great big beautiful bill today is celebrating something that's beautiful. Something that's beautiful. It takes care of our youth. It's called the Trump accounts. It's called the Trump accounts, and it's hot as a piston. It's hot as a piston. And under this groundbreaking new policy, every American child gets a tax-free investment savings account that can grow over the course of their childhood when they reach 18 or 21. Their parents, grandparents, employers, and loved ones can contribute up to $5,000 a year. And with the modest contribution, these accounts will reach hundreds of thousands of dollars young people by the time they get to, let's say 18, let's say 18, but by the time they're just young adults, could be worth hundreds of thousands most likely will be. And for decades, Washington gave our children absolutely nothing but the Trump accounts were finally seeing and ensuring that every young American gets a great start in life, a really fair shot at the American dream, which is what we all want. They all aspire to that. And under the system, every newborn child gets $1,000 deposited in their Trump account at birth. Think of that. United States government. The government is finally giving money back to our children. You think that was easy to get? From the Democrats? Actually, they didn't vote for it. Actually, they didn't vote for it. We got one vote. I don't think we got one vote. A unanimous Republican vote. We didn't get any Democrat votes. I don't think they have a hard time justifying all of the things that they've done. The government gives them $1,000, and from there it just goes up. And lots of people like the employers can put money in children's accounts of the employees. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. And again, over 7 million. And again, over 7 million. And started, I would say, Scott, a few weeks ago because it was all very complex legal governmental things worked out about 3-4 weeks ago. We have over 7 million people. We have over 7 million people already children. So that's great. And I want to just tell you that generous individuals like Michael and Susan Brad Gerstner, and so many others have donated billions of dollars to funds for millions of children. Some people are going to take the children from states the entire
Gerstner is looking at the state of Indiana. The state of Indiana.
Where he contributes the money for
wealthy people. They've made a lot of money. They're putting it back. They're putting it back. But Michael and Susan, they're two special, as an example.
Donated $6 billion $250 million into the accounts.
They give him for you.
They give him for you. Michael Dell, Susan Dell. $6 billion, $250. I have a friend, he gave $50 million. I said, that's peanuts. I said, that's peanuts. That's not even close to the $200 million that Michael Dell gave. I said, what are you doing? What are you doing? You can do better than that. But people are loving it. And people are loving it. You know what I say? Go out and buy a Dell computer. As far as I'm concerned, that's great stuff. And the Trump Accounts app, for those that want, is number one app in America. In all of our youth. Isn't that nice for our youth? People are doing it. It's just caught on. In the past 18 days, nearly $1.5 billion have been deposited accounts. Think of that. The money is pouring in. The money is again for children. And it's for children. And all sorts of advantages. And tax advantages for the people that do it. And for the people that do it. And investment in our future. Investment in our future. Because it's really in our future. And all you have to do is go to Trump.gov and sign your child up for a free investment account today. And the child gets $1,000 from the government. You think that was easy to do? That wasn't easy to do. Tell the Democrats you're giving everybody $1,000. But we're pleased to be joined by some of those incredible Georgia families benefiting from the Trump accounts, Cole and Allison and their 3-year-old child Ray, their 2-year-old Rex, 3-month-old and daughter Red, Cole and Allison met at Kennesaw State University, where he played football, where he was a cheerleader, he was a respected guy, and a respected student. Good student. Now Cole is a project manager helping build data centers. Just this past April, they became the first home buyers. Allison bought their first home. So I just want to come up here. Allison. Come up, Sarah. Wherever you may be. Where are you? Come on up. Don't worry about Secret Service. We've had people come up. One of them almost got beat up. I said, come on up. And they go, oh, beautiful. Wow. That's so nice. Be careful. You can't fall. Like Sleepy Joe. You can't. Come on, say something.
Thank you, Mr. President, and the White House staff to be a part of this special event. It is truly an honor. Thank you, Mr. President, and your administration for the hard work and commitment that made the Trump account possible. As a father, it's encouraging to know that our children's future can begin with an investment from day one. To every eligible new parent, I encourage you to take advantage of this opportunity by opening a Trump account for your child and continue to invest in it each and every year. Thank you for your continued commitment to investing in American families. And on behalf of my wife and me, providing our children with a greater opportunity to pursue and achieve their American dream. Thank you and God bless America.
Thank you very much, Cole. Also with us are Dean and Gabrielle. And their 4 children, Jude, Isaiah, and Talia. We also have who also have very proudly been members of the Trump accounts, and Dean and Gabriella both entrepreneurs who believe in the importance of self-reliance and self-reliance. You know, people are watching the market. You know, people are watching the market now. How the stock's doing, how's it going, and how's it going, and it looks like only going up. Keep it that way, and we're going to keep it that way. And Gabrielle, come on up for a second. Gabrielle, come on up for a second, please. Wow. 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 Beautiful. Wow. Beautiful.
Well, Mr. President, thank you for this honor. Thank you for this honor. My American story began when my family brought our family to this city in 1990. We attended local schools and college right here in Georgia. And in 2008, my wife and I lost our jobs. Just before learning, we were expecting our first child. A friend taught me the appliance repair and service trade, and it changed our lives. Together we built a company. serving its own fighter, the KF-21. She fired me and made herself CEO. Later, I founded a technology startup. And that patented technology, along with millions and millions of square feet of water damage. Standing with me today are my wife and our four beautiful children. We opened Trump accounts for each of them because investing in the next generation strengthens the fabric of America. Thank you, Mr. President. And God bless America. And God bless America.
France and the Rafale, one of the few countries that builds its own top-tier fighter from scratch.
Beautiful people. Beautiful people. Well, thank you all. While our administration is lifting up the next generation with the power of freedom, American capitalism, all over the world when it's done right. It's not always done right. But when it's done right, there's nothing like it. The radical left is actively trying to destroy our future with the disaster known as communism. It's communism. This isn't a social democrat. These are communists. By another name, right? As I said in my recent address, Mount Rushmore recently. Everybody saw it's such a beautiful place. You know,